week's video. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe and like the video if you like it at any point during it. Both of those help out our channel a lot, and we're trying to get 500 subscribers, so if you can just do that, it'd be a huge help. What's going on this week? It's cold out there and it looks very like snow. Now they're giving a snow warning for parts of the country, and Wicklow is included in that. We're right on the coast here and we don't always get much snow, or ever really get much snow. It's also kind of coming the wrong way for it to get us. It's coming from a southwesterly point. The rain is. It's going to fall as snow. We usually have to get it from the east, and it blows right in over the coast and it hits us first, and that's when we get most of our snow. That's what happened in 2018 when we had the very bad snow, and 2011 when we had the very bad snow. But anyway, too much animals, too many yards spread out to take the chance that it's going to fall as rain right on the coast here, which I hope it probably does. If it doesn't, there's a lot of rain coming, and if it all falls as snow, we'll have a lot of snow. So I'm just going to run around today. I'm going to fill out a pile of bales in front of everybody, because in 18 we end up having to walk to the farms, and all you have is a fork with you then when you go walking. So I want to put a lot of silage in front of barriers, so that it's just a matter of forking it in if it gets that bad. We just have to be ahead of the thing at the minute now, just in case it does come worse than it's supposed to be for here. So we're down in this yard here where our heifers and all first. We put out our bales here yesterday. We'll put out more today at the front of them, and we'll go from there. So that'll be kind of the plan. We've put a row of bales in front of the road that was already there. At least if we have to walk down to here tomorrow, because the warning for snow is tonight, obviously, and all that rain is due to start around 3 o'clock in the morning. If it falls to snow, then we'll be able to just at least fork that in, or even we mightn't even have to fork it in, the cows will be able to reach enough. So we'll get that done in every single yard now. Just a pile of feed put out that we don't have to start any machines or drive anything tomorrow, if it happens so. But hopefully it'll just be rain. That amount of silage there, probably we should do it for 3 days there. So if it snows tonight, tomorrow will be a no-go, so it'll be fine. And hardly, I'll push it in this evening before I go home last thing, and then I wouldn't even have to push it in tomorrow. And then by Monday, hopefully, things will be sort of moving again. So all of them super fed. So it's nearly lunchtime now. After lunch then, we get a quick lunch and then come back. We just want to sort this out here. It's fairly full, but it's within 12 or 14 inches of the top. So we would just want to move it to another tank there. Because even if we don't get the snow tonight, there's still a warning for rainfall anyway. So look, I have time now. If I could get 8 or 10 loads out of that, and keep it right until we get the snow or the rain tonight, and then next week then I can draw a bit more to the other tank, and just keep it right until the open date comes, which is only 10 days away, and ground conditions and weather allow, and we'll actually probably get both of the big tanks spread, but we'll get at this for now. We'll go put the tanker on the tractor and get our lunch and come back and draw a few loads. It's already started raining. Jesus, this cold stuff just falling. My hands now in the cold don't do well. I need two hands for a minute. That's better. Is it frozen now, I wonder? Yeah. Pause. Now, we'll open her up. Beautiful. I'm gonna slur my face and the camera anyway. Took an early lunch, so it's 12:30 now. Definitely should get, if everything goes to plan, of course, I didn't go wrong, but if everything goes to plan, I should get 10 loads drawn by the time I have to get over here to see them. So that should take a foot and a half or that, 2 foot maybe even out of the tank. Huge help for all the rents going to come into me, huge help. We have a few too many revs there. Let's get her down to 1200 maybe. Plenty. Non-Massey Ferguson fans, or even anyone who hasn't driven a Massey Ferguson before, which was me before we bought this tractor, and we have a Dyna 6 transmission in this tractor here. All the gears are on the move, really nice, 4 ranges, and then 6 gears in each range. So we're in range 4 now. You see it just go down to range 3 just by me tapping this T handle here. We're in 3D now, you'll see on the dash, E and F, and then I don't need to clutch to get into the next range or press any buttons or anything, just tap that T bar forward and we're in 4 range into B, C and D, E and F there as well. You can also change up here, that's the shuttle forward and reverse lever, so you've up and down that as well, so D and then E and F there as well, and you can change down over there. That's what makes this a really unbelievably good tractor on a loader, because your loader joystick is obviously in your right hand and the T-bar is obviously on the right as well. And a lot of tractors with on the move gears, everything is on the right, so when you're with the loader you're either 2 hands over here changing gears for loading, or you know, it just kind of can be awkward. But I'm always selecting forward and reverse and using the up and down through gears on the forward and reverse lever if I'm loading, and then to be honest then a lot of the time in this tractor when you're on the road I just use the T-bar there because it's so easy. So this is 6480 for anyone who hasn't seen our content before, so it's about 140 horsepower She's 2005, and there's 11,500 hours on it. We have it 3 years now, I think. There's an awful lot of loader work this tractor, and the 64As are very versatile that way, in that I can put on a tanker today and you have enough power to carry, 13 or 14 ton of slurry behind you, or you just take the tanker off and should be doing all the loader work again in the morning. So they really are a nice tractor to use. Then comfort wise, I suppose, again, for a 05 tractor you won't. John Deere probably comes close, but they would blow New Holland out of it now in the same tractor for the year, in terms of quietness in the cab and how easy they are to use. Now Massey, there's probably a bit of a flaw in them, in that if you get into a brand new Massey today, a 7S, not the 8S now, but the 7S, will have pretty much the same cab as this one, just painted a different colour. So they kind of got right in 05, and they've stuck with what works ever since, really. Tanker off, done now with that for a few days, and the bucket is on just in case. There was raining there today, but just in case we need the bucket just to dig around the yard there to get the tractor out in the morning. But we'll just have to cross our fingers now and see, and I'll catch you up in the morning. Morning. And we got no snow yesterday after either, just an awful lot of rain, a pile of rain. But looks things, anyone who's watching here from Limerick, parts of Limerick, and Cork, it's Kilkenny, Wexford, Waterford, all sort of in a line down along there. It looked like it got hammered yesterday. The issue now is that it has to stay sort of freezing for the week. So, like I said, we just got rain here, and we didn't even really get that heavy of a frost last night. But that's to be expected. We're right beside the sea here and we don't get that. So it's Monday. So luckily for us, we sort of continue as normal then. Today now we want to fill up the soya bin. We're introducing a new diet from today to the in-calf cows. The cows calved in February. So we'll show you that. And a little bit of feeding to do. And want to leave tomorrow free for another job that I'm going to go do. Just on the slurry, we got a right bit, you can see the line there. We got a right bit moved on Saturday. So that's going to keep that tank right now for a good while. Can't let the tank fill up really much more than where it was, because there's a slurry channel in here. That's how we get all the slurry out of the sheds. Drops into this channel, flows down on the length of the shed and across and under the yard there and into the tank. And the base of the channel is lower than the top of the tank, obviously enough. So the stuff starts to get slow moving in the slurry channel once it gets up to a certain point, and then if it goes above that, then it doesn't. The slurry channel starts to build up, and all the scrapers then just leave the slurry sitting on top of the channel. So kind of have to keep it at that level now. Hoped that we'd have got slurry spread as close to opening date as possible, because the autumn was so good and the winter was so dry as well. But I don't know how much rain fell here yesterday and the day before, but land is going to be saturated now, so we're not going to get out close to opening date. So we'll be moving slurry around for another bit, unfortunately. But we export a good bit there to a neighbour who's a tillage farmer. So that is a huge help to us. Fantastic, right beside us. It's great. First, the scraper surfing. The heifers, the only hardship they seem to be giving us in the shed is that they don't move when the scraper comes to them. And then the scraper traps back on its own, particularly this side. It's a bit easier to trip this scraper than the one over there. But that's the only hardship they're giving us. They're lying up at the cubicles fierce well this year. I never see a heifer lying out. Usually there's two places they could lie there or in the crossover passage here, and I never see them there this year. So They're going well. Roads are icy and the cars are flying, of course. I don't think people realise that these roads aren't and don't be gridded. So another issue obviously with having no sheds is that we have to store our feed outside. So we store under covers there like that. You can see that there. In fairness now, the meal supplier stores a lot of it for us and brings it down to us as still as we want it. So we try to keep a minimum amount of bags in the yard at a time, because you have to cover it for rain and crows. Crows know exactly what's underneath those covers, and they'll peck and peck and peck until they've holes picked in the top of them. So we're just looking for the soya first, and that's that big bag there. The only thing I do hate is that they always overfill the bags. The bags are always too heavy then for what they're rated for, and you have to be very careful lifting them. This one has to go down the road, so I'm going to bring down the pallet here. Seems fairly steady now. Over these potholes in the lane, the road will be fairly smooth. To fill these potholes later too. 10 kilometers, that's plenty fast enough. We're only going down here. Made it. Look at how much it wants to fall out of the bag and just fall over. That's how much it bent around the front forks. Look at it. As I was going down the road. Horrible stuff. Well, I should have a trailer, to be fair, but it's hard to be that well organised for it all. Oh, skill. So that needs to go in here. Fill her up. Yes. Peaches in a second there. The most nerve-wracking part. Sometimes the straps can tear on those bags, and the whole side of the bag would just burst open, and you'd have a ton of soya around the yard to be buckling it up. We haven't got time for that today. It's happened before, not with soya now, but it has happened before here. Great advertisement for Quinn's in this video. They're front and centre of the camera. Now we go put a big dirty hole in the bottom of it now and hope it all fits. So I fed them all, and that made pretty much enough room. I had to spill about a bucket's worth there. Let's just see it there out on the ground, and we'll gather that up now, put it into the white bucket, and put the lid back on. That's that full for another month or so. Then I want to get 2 bales of straw, and I'll bed them and I'll push in their silage, and I'll catch up with you then, and we'll talk about the diet we're going to put the cows on. They're due to calve in February. So what have we got here? This is the change to the diet that we've been making from this week on for the cows calving in February. This is a mix of rolled oats and soybean meal. So it's the same as what we're feeding the wean and heifers down the road. But it's mixed. Like I said, the oats are rolled and the soya then is an inclusion rate of 20% of the mix. So it's 80% oats and 20% soya. Cows will go up on a kilo or a little bit weight each per day. The aim is like 4 to 6 weeks out from calving, so the first of them will only just be on it for 4 or a little bit less, and then the last of the February calvers then are obviously going to be on it for a little bit longer, but it'll average out somewhere around there. Condition wise, a kilo of oats is not going to put much weight on cows. Cows are already in good condition. But why are we feeding it? So what are we doing with this? Number one, energy for the cow. That comes in the oats. You want them rolled and not whole so that the cow can get the most energy out of the oats that you're feeding her. A kilo of oats do an awful lot for her here. This is energy for the cow to help her with calving. It'll also put energy into the calf. It'll help the calf's vigour once it's born. The calf will really get up and go ahead. Something we noticed the minute we switched over to do this. We've been doing this now since our 2nd year as dairy farmers. So this will be our 5th year then feeding this. Straight away we noticed a difference in how lively the calf was the minute it was born, how easy it is to calf the calf, how much energy the cow has calving the calf. All that helps. You're also helping the cow's rumen by putting in something else other than silage, because when she calves she's expected to go into a milking parlour and eat nuts and whatever else you want to feed her. This gets the bugs changing over slowly within her rumen before she calves, so she's already gotten some concentrates in there. And the soya then is there as a protein source, and that is purely for colostrum quality. So we fed just rolled oats the first year, no soya, and we saw all the benefits of a lively cow and a lively calf, and a healthy cow and a healthy calf. But our colostrum quality wasn't fantastic, and we were advised to put 20% soya in with the rolled oats, and our colostrum quality shot up. We would have very few cows not meeting the targets now for colostrum quality. So that's it. A cheap feed, cheap blend, low feed rate, about a kilo to a kilo and a half maximum, and 4 to 6 weeks out from calving, and it'll really take a lot of hardship out of your calving season. So here's our oats feeding wagon. High tech, ain't it? See what the tires are like now first. See if they need to be pumped up, because pushing over on even ground with flat tires is not good. That one was good. That one was good too. Ready to go for another season. Look at them. They're mad. I leave the wagon about here. Per span and a half. See how that goes. Move that. Very good. So it's actually a bucket per span and a quarter. I went to 1.5 at the start, and it's a bit too much, or a bit too spread out. And we're left with that little bit in it. I know what it is anyway. And there's only 4 of that. Probably a bit less even, they could squeeze a bit more. Not eating. Happy out. I'll push in this silage now. When they've finished eating some of their oats, or most of them, I'll go scrape cupcas now, and then we'll come back and push in this silage. When I've pushed in, then I'll feed their minerals. That'll be about it for today's video. If you liked it, please remember to subscribe and like the video, and thanks very much for watching.